I died 31 times in the past 2 weeks wearing level 2 armor while checking the mags of everyone I lay out, so I can find out what rounds the community is shooting through the post-game lobby. With that information, we can figure out what the most effective PvP armors are 2.5 months into wipe. The most important stat for an armor to make this list is accessibility, so everything can be bought or traded off of Ragman. If you find some nice armor or rig like a SLUG or MMAC, feel free to run it, but they won't be on the list. Here are the rounds my big fat bare body absorbed or looted. You can pause the video at any point if needed. And here are the pen stats for each round. We're gonna split these stats into 6 categories, starting with lag meta. These rounds are rounds that'll never be aimed center mass, so pen is irrelevant. 24 pen and under. These are low pen early game rounds like PST gzh, where it doesn't have enough damage to be considered lag meta, but not enough pen to pen a module 3M, just generally bad rounds. 25 to 34 pen. These rounds are usually early game rifle rounds that are weak against class 4 armor. Basically the reason why you'll pay an extra 30 to 100k for a rat rig or TV110 over a 3M. 35 to 44 pen. This category will shred class 4, usually killing you in 2 to 3 rounds. You'll start running Karun or Gazelle to protect against these. 45 to 54 pen. You will have to wear class 6 for protection. 55 pen and higher, you're as good as naked, there's no difference. Looking at this chart, level 4 armor will protect you in 10% more engagements than a 3M mid-wipe. It's up to you to decide whether the small price difference between a rat rig and a 3M with a bank robber is worth it. Personally, I'll choose a rat rig over a 3M because 10% is a pretty significant portion of engagements. But what I wouldn't do is shell out nearly 100k for higher end level 4s. When it comes to effective durability, the rat rig is obviously the worst. If you want effective durability, then you should go for the following rigs instead. M1 and M2 rigs are great options superior to the rat rig at a similar price. Round frame sunglasses average 15k rubles and the Kolpak face shield has a trade-in with chainless which average 5k both from Flea, totaling to around 60k rubles for an M2 rig. M1 rigs are free in quotations because you can drink waters down to 1 for hydration. Then craft out aquamaris or kvass, drinking those down to 1 too. So the cost of an M1 rig is offset by the cost for hydration. These 2 rigs are much better than all of our previous options. On to class 5 armor, which is what I would skip straight to from a module 3M or rat rig if you want any kind of real protection. Gazelle is the best choice as it's easily accessible and fairly cheap, pricing at 139k. But more importantly, it has the best speed stats out of any level 5 you can buy, which is the most important stat for PvP. This is why I take it over the Karun, even though the Karun is cheaper and has much better repairability. However, Karun is still superior to any of the high-end level 4 rigs. I buy Karuns when I'm on a massive death streak and a run out of Gazelles before trader reset. You shouldn't bother with any of the armor butters as they're way overpriced. When it comes to combo rigs, Tactec and AACPC are the only ones you should do. They're both super fast, faster than Gazelle, and hover a little over 200k rubles for their respective barters. I've seen people run the new Baggerly rig. It's fairly cheap, coming in at around 180 to 190k. But it has massive speed reduction on both move speed and sensitivity, making it pure garbage for PvP. It's even slower than armors that have arm protection. If you want slots, a Gazelle and the cheater rig is around the same price. But the king of all armors and armored rig is definitely the new Tasmanian Tiger SK plate carrier. It's one of the fastest armors in the game and a far superior option than any level 5 purely because it's level 6. Even though its durability is low compared to something like a SLUG, being class 6 guarantees 762 BP, the most common round, to be at least a 3-shot kill. Wearing class 5 is the same as being naked 50% of the time because if 762 BP pens on first shot, it'll lower your armor durability enough to pen on the second shot, and BP has enough damage to 2-hit kill. A full durability class 6 will block a BP around 98.9% of the time. It doesn't matter if our TTSK rig doesn't have the durability to block another after the first shot. We've already turned our sometimes 2-hit kill to a guaranteed 3-hit kill. It seems like there's little to no difference, but that's a 50% longer time to kill. The rig comes in at around 140k and it isn't quest lock, so you can hit Ragman 3 and buy it immediately. Of course there are downsides. You're stuck with what's essentially a bank robber. But from a pure PvP standpoint, I'd take it over the pricier Tactec and AACPCs any day. Superior armors like SLUGs, H-grids, and Tagillas didn't make it on the list because they're not easily accessible. I don't care if you're so good at the game you can easily wipe Factory and Tagilla, or you're a master at farming cultists for SLUGs and H-grids. All of these things take much more time than pressing a couple buttons in the UI for Ragman and Flea. So to sum everything up in order from best to worst, TTSK, AACPC, Tactec, gazelle, M1 or M2 rig, rat rig, and finally my favorite, the module 3M. I'll bump the module 3M to between gazelle and M1 rigs in about a month when no one is shooting the 25 to 34 pen bracket. If you find in raid nice armors that are around or under 10% speed reduction, feel free to run it. They're really good but didn't make it on the list purely because of their accessibility or cost. For rigs similar to a bag release, it'll either be donated to Ragman's cause or used as a storage container in my base. As always, if this video helped, be sure to sub, bell, like, comment. You can find me on Twitch here. Join my Discord for gun builds and other things like tech help. Link will be in the description. Thanks for watching. That's another thing, I don't really like. I don't really care about peripherals. Holy shit, 762 PS sucks ass, man. Hey, no, don't kill me, fuck. What the hell was that? That's 762 PS in action, bro. Dude, he's level 16? What the hell? Why is he so juiced? How is his armor lit? I shot him in the head. One bullet. He just comes to raid without repairing? Oh, no. There's FVGs! Not found in raid! Oh no, brother, what is this? Oh man. What? 22? Dude. This is why I don't like playing customs, man. So fucked up. MVGs again? What? Okay, bro, I'll take his laser, maybe his optic, and he can have his gun back.